Hey, what's going on, family? This is me, your boy Archie B. Coming at you on a Monday afternoon. You probably won't see this on Monday, but you know, man, it's a beautiful day today. I hope you guys are out enjoying yourselves today. I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I'm out here in Lincoln by a lake, beautiful lake, chilling out. There's a little waterfall right here. I pass by this spot every day when I take my boy Robert to work. And I always want to get out here. I said, man, I got to come out here and chill out and do a show. You know, I just want to kick it with you guys for a minute, man. I just want to talk to you guys about, you know, it's summertime. And you know how it is in summertime in recovery. Summertime in recovery, we want to get wild because we've been in the snow, locked up in the house all freaking winter. You know, we've been going to work, going home, going to work, going home. Scraping the snow off a car, going to work, going home. You know, and doing other little errands and stuff in the middle. But, you know, now we get the sun out, we get the beautiful weather, it's nice out, man. We want to run. You know, I want you to notice in the background I got my jazz playing. The reason I picked jazz for this show is because it's very important that we realize that this is the most important time for us to slow down. We really need to slow down and take stock in what's happening in our lives. And we have to be careful. We have to be careful, man, because this disease is going to show itself, man. I'm telling you, it's happened to me so many times. So many times I've been sitting up there and I've been in the middle of something, man, and the next thing you know, I end up in a liquor store and don't know how I got there. Or I see some pretty little chick that I know or some little honey that I know, and I'm like, yo, baby, what's up? Next thing you know, she's in my car, we're riding around, and then, you know, we're in the back of my car, and I got a crack pipe in my mouth, and we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing, and you know what I'm saying? It's quick to fall back on you, man. This disease creeps up on you. So when we're getting ready for this summertime and the things we do, one of the things that I taught in my life skills class the other day was, you know, get to know some of the people that you're around. Get to know some of the things that's going on in the community. Start picking things out. You know, my man Shannon at Anchor has a karaoke once a month. Get involved with that. There's going to be some sober barbecues coming up. Find out from people all the events that are going to be happening in this area and start getting with some guys. Get to know some people in the fellowship. Get to know some people in recovery. Get to know some people out of recovery who don't drink or don't use. And find out what they're doing. One of the things I'm getting ready to do is when I get me a nice little piece of change, unless one of you guys want to, you know, donate, I'm getting me a set of golf clubs, man. And I'm going out to Cranston. And I'm going to be golfing all summer long, man. Hit that 9-hole over there at Mulligan's, hit that 9-hole golf course. You know, that's what I want to do. I like to golf. I haven't been golfing in years, and I want to go golfing again. But that's something I do in recovery. All these years I've been sitting up here, messing around, doing the wrong things, riding up and down Broad Street. I ain't got no business on Broad Street. Ain't nothing on Broad Street for me. Ain't nothing in your old neighborhoods for you either. You got to remember that, guys. You got to remember, if you start doing things that you used to do, you're going to get what you used to get. And that's a fact. That's a known fact. You can't go running around these old neighborhoods with that old chick, with that old dude, with this one or that one playing them same old games, and then you think that everything's going to be all right. Just like they say, if you go to a barbershop long enough, you're going to get your hair cut. Okay? So that's the bottom line to all that. You guys got to be careful about what you're doing, where you're going, who you're dealing with, who you surround yourself with. It's beautiful out here. Don't get stuck in no bando, smoking no crack, or in no shooting gallery, shooting some dope, or sitting on the block with a bottle in your hand, and ain't got no energy, and ain't got no drive to get up and go do something with yourself. You guys have the perfect opportunity right now in recovery to go do things, to experience things, man. One of the reasons I'm out here, like I was saying on my show, Trusting Hands, is now that it's nice out, I'm gonna have this camera out in spots, man. I'm gonna be going to the Botanical Gardens, I'm gonna be going to Roger Williams Park, I'm gonna be going out to Slater Park, I'm gonna be going out to all these different places, and I'm gonna be doing things, doing shows out there, man. And you know me and my crazy self, I'm gonna be doing something crazy. You know, but I'm gonna be doing my shows out there. I'm gonna be having fun out here, man. I wanna be just living and enjoying life like it is, man, without a drink or a drug. You know how beautiful this is, man? And you know, I said this before when I first started my show. It was back 2 years ago when I first started doing this show. I said, man, do you know how cool it is that these guys allow me to take this equipment and go out and do what I do. Because they have the trust in me and they have the belief in me that I'm trustworthy. And I've proven myself to be trustworthy because I stay responsible with this stuff. But the bottom line is, the reason I'm saying all that is, look what God did for me. Look what my higher power did for me. He gave me the venue and the equipment and everything I need to be able to go out and do my shows, have fun, talk to you guys, vibe with you guys on TV, man, and talk to you about some real stuff, man. You know? And that's what this whole thing is about, man. That's what this whole piece is about. Me and the guys were talking about, and I'm just going to break this down a little bit because I've been talking a lot about just, you know, really getting around, but let's get to some recovery stuff. I've been talking to some of the guys about step one. You know, I've been talking about admitting that we're powerless over our addiction, over our alcoholism, that our lives have become unmanageable. You know, that stretches into different parts of life. It's not just something that stretches into being a part of the steps as far as recovery and alcoholism and drug addiction. It goes into your relationships, it goes into your kids, it goes into your parents, it goes into your friends, it goes into your job. You have to admit defeat. One of the guys was sitting up there saying, he said, you know, and I think it was this morning, one of the guys was saying, you know, it's really strange. In order for us to have recovery, we have to admit defeat. You know, anything else, you're supposed to celebrate a win. You're supposed to celebrate victory over things. You're supposed to celebrate the fact that you conquered something. But in recovery, you have to admit defeat. And you have to admit defeat in every area of your life. What kind of crap is that, man? You mean I gotta admit that I'm powerless over my relationship? I gotta admit that I'm powerless over my kids? I'm the parent. How am I gonna be powerless? You are. I am. I'm powerless over all these different things. And the sooner I admit it, the sooner I win it. The sooner I end up winning. I have to admit that I'm powerless over all this stuff. Hello?
Hi, this is Karen.
Listen, guys, in order for us to win this game, in order for us to win this fight, we have to admit defeat. We have to admit that we can't do it. Not by ourselves. We have to admit that there's something greater than us that's guiding us, that's leading us, that's taking us to a place where we can have some normalcy in our lives, that we'll be all right, that we get the chance to be, quote unquote, human. Because we weren't human when we were out there doing the things that we were doing. We were subhuman. We were living at the lowest level of existence that there is. You can't call yourself a human being when you're sticking a needle in your arm and you're nodding out and you're just sitting there and life is passing you by. You can't call yourself a human being when you got a crack pipe in your mouth and you're sitting around on the carpet fishing around for something you dropped and didn't drop. You can't call yourself a human being when you're sitting up there drinking and drinking and drinking and living to drink and drinking to live and living in a bando and all that other stuff. You're not a human being. You're below humanity. I was below humanity. So I'm not sitting up there talking at you. I'm telling you about me. So don't sit up here and go, oh, who's he to say that? I'm the same person that, like you are, that did it, that was there. I spent 10 years homeless in Florida, sleeping on the curb, going in alcoves during hurricanes like this, praying to God I didn't die, sleeping in bandos, doing all them crazy things that we do, physically, emotionally, all that stuff, when it came down to getting my drugs and alcohol. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into all that. That's for another show. But the bottom line is, you got to realize that in order to live up here amongst the humans, there's certain things that we have to do. And we have to admit that we're powerless. We have to admit that we're reduced to nothing. We were reduced to nothing. And now we're trying to find our way back. Why do you think they call them steps? Because you go up one at a time. When you go up and you go up and you go up and you're doing the right thing in your life, and when you're handling the right kind of business, that's when things start to happen for you, and that's when you join the human race. When you're responsible, when you're accountable, when you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing for yourself, for your kids, for your significant other. You know, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you always talk about, you know, you get sober and you want a relationship and you want to do this and you want to do that and you want to do this. But the bottom line is, how can you do any of that if you ain't got you together? How can you do any of that because you're powerless over your situation? You know, you guys want to go jump to the first thing that's going to take you off emotionally and take where all these flies come from. You want to go through the first thing that's gonna get you, make you feel better emotionally in the form of sex, so you don't have to think about you. In the form of having emotions for somebody else, so you don't have to think about you. So you can sit up there and try to fix somebody else when you need to be worried about you. It ain't about no relationship. Right now, you need to have a relationship with yourself. You need to realize that you can't beat this thing. The only way I got these 3 years is because every day I woke up and I gave my life to my higher power, and I knew that the battle was lost. The battle is lost. It's not my battle. I have to give it up, and I have to say, higher power, you got this, deal with this, take me to the place I need to be, show me what I need to do, take me to the next step. That's what this thing is all about, man. It's not about being around somebody else, having control of somebody else, having control of a situation, having control of a thing. It's about letting go. It's about letting go, man. It's about telling yourself that you cannot win this fight, and only something greater than you can carry you through the fight. The only reason that I'm standing where I'm standing and I'm doing what I'm doing is because I give up the battle every day. Every day I gotta stop and I gotta say, you know what, this isn't about me, this is about my life in Christ. And I'm sorry that I had to say it that way, but that's what it is. It's about me and my higher power. It's about having a God in my life who can carry me through. You guys are sitting up here and you don't want to sit up here and give your life to something else, but you want to sit up here and have control over something. You can't do it. You're going to continue to relapse. You're going to continue to do the things that you're doing until you start giving it up and letting go and figuring out that something greater than you has to be in control. Straight up. You guys have to, man, listen, man, this powerlessness thing is hard. But it's the catalyst to everything else that's going to go on in your life. In order for you to have a life, you've got to let go of life. In order for you to have a future, you gotta let go of your past. You gotta shake it, man. I'm not saying forget about it, because I never forget about the things I've done, man. I've done some treacherous stuff. But the thing is, in order for me to have some peace in my life, I've gotta leave the past where it is, and I gotta keep moving forward. I'm always going to think about the past because you know what? It's what tore my life up. It's what took me out, man. But the thing that keeps me sober, the thing that keeps me moving forward, the thing that keeps me successful is the fact that I have a life and I give it to somebody else now. I give it to my higher power. And I tell my higher power, take this, you're in control, I have no control, please do with my life what you will. I believe that's a 7-step prayer. You know? We have to admit that we're powerless, man, that we can't beat this thing. We have to admit that we're powerless. You have to let this thing go, man. Let it go. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. Just because you give up control to your higher power does not mean that your world's gonna end. What it means is your world's gonna get better. If you have a sponsor or a mentor, trust in that person. Trust in that person to lead you in the right direction, because obviously they got where they got by doing what they're doing because they know they're powerless. You've got to fight this thing tooth and nail, man. You've got to say, you know what? This ain't about me anymore. This is about having a better quality of life for my future. And if I'm gonna do that, then I have to let go of who I am, where I was, what I did, and where I've been. I gotta let it go. That's how you get peace in your life. That's how you get goodness in your life. Because you sit up there and you give it to some better place that'll love you when you can't love yourself. It took me a year to learn how to love myself. It took me a year to learn how to depend on something other than me to get me where I needed to be and do the things that I needed to do. Now in my life, it's all about service. It's about serving others. It's about giving to others. Because I know that's the most important thing I can do in my life. I don't know about you, but I'm talking about me. I love helping people. I love giving back to my community. And that's why I do the things I do. Because the more I do it, the better I get. See, this is about wellness. This is about wellness for me. This is about wellness for you. You've got to find that thing that you can do in your life that's going to make you happy, that's going to carry you on to the next level so you become that better person that you need to be in your life. This isn't something that you just take and you just, oh, I'm sober now. That's it. Everything's perfect. It ain't, man. It ain't. You got work to do. You got to get them demons out. You got to get them skeletons out. You've got to strive to be something more than you've ever been before. And it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. But once you get to the other side, you're going to realize that God did for you what you could not do for yourself. Once you get to that 12th step, you're going to realize that what you do in that first step was the most important thing you could have ever done. There's a thing there's this little saying that it's called time. It says, time is mine to enjoy. Guys, I want you to realize that you can have a life. You can have good things. You can become a great person. You can become a phenomenal person. I became a minister, man. I'm a pastor of my own ministry. I feed the homeless every Saturday. I preach like every once in a while, man. And I have 2 TV shows, and I'm doing all this work in my community, and I'm trying to help others and be there for others. You wait, man, I mean, you know, I'm an ex-gangbanger, man. I'm an ex-crackhead, heroin addict, alcoholic, meth head, all that. I did all that, dude. And now I'm here, and I'm doing some good things in my life, and I'm being a good person, and I'm striving to be a better person. And it's not because of me, it's because of my higher power, and it's because I let things go, man. I let things go. You've got to learn that it's not a bad thing not to be in control. It's really not a bad thing not to be in control. It's not a bad thing to have a better quality of life, man. And that's what letting go does. That's what giving it to your higher power does. That's what having a sponsor in your life does. That's what having a mentor in your life does. But we don't want to give it up. A long time, I didn't want to give it up. I bounced in and out of AA, NA, mental institutions, prisons for the better part of 30 years, 40 years. I've been in some kind of institution because I didn't want to give up control. Because I had to know what was going on, and I had to control every aspect of what was going on, you know? I got a friend in the hospital right now. She's going through all kind of changes because she ain't getting what she wants, when she wants, how she wants it. And shit don't work like that. It don't work like that. And I was telling her, I said, listen, man, you know, I'll try to get down there to see you when I can, but I got a life. You know, it's not my fault you're where you're at and doing what you're doing. That's on you. But I have life. I have things I have to do for my recovery, for my Christianity, for my better sense of self. And in that area, I have to be selfish because it's not about me anymore in my life. It's about my higher power. Straight up. I don't live for me no more, man. I don't live for me no more, man. I found a better sense of being, man. And that better sense of being becomes good when I give it to my higher power. When I give my life to my higher power and I say, listen, man, this is your day, this ain't my day. Take me where you gotta take me, do with me what you gotta do, and show me what's the next step. That's all I'm trying to tell you guys, man. You know, be encouraged, man. Let go and let God. Let go and let your higher power, whatever you choose to call it, take control of your life, man. I guarantee you, you'll get returned 100-fold on it. You guys have the opportunity of a lifetime right now if you're in recovery. And if you're not in recovery, if you do get in recovery, you have the opportunity of a lifetime. You have a chance to turn it all around, take all the negatives and erase them. Become successful, become something. But it all starts with step one. We admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, over our addictions, over our relationships, over our kids, powerless, period, all inclusive. We admitted we were powerless, and that our lives have become unmanageable. You know, I've heard people say, yeah, well, I'm a functioning alcoholic. What's that? How's that working for you? What kind of life do you have? You're functioning. Okay, you got a job. You go to work. On the way home, what do you do? Go to the store. What do you do when you go home? Open up a can of beans or a hot plate or, you know, whatever it is that you made. You get drunk, you go to sleep, you wake up, get drunk, go to work, and do it all again. What kind of life is that? You're a functioning alcoholic? Really? I don't think there's such a thing. You might want to fool yourself and tell yourself that lie. That's like being a functioning addict. You know? I only smoke crack on the weekends. That don't even sound right, dude. You know, I only shoot heroin after I get off of work. You know what I'm saying? But you're okay. You're okay. The Nile's just a river in Egypt. Just a river in Egypt. The Nile's just a river in Egypt, man. So, you know, it's a real thing, man, being powerless, man. It's going to take you to places you never, like I said, you've never been before, man. I can't believe I have the life I have today, all the good things that I have today, the God that I have in my life today, the spirituality that I have in my life today, the people that I have in my life today. I have some really good people in my life. And none of them, they're all people that I've met beside my family. And even my family's beginning to depend on me. It took them a while. It took them a couple of years. Now that they see me doing this and doing it, being consistent with it. I mean, my mom's telling me that there's people that are her friends that are asking me how to start homeless ministries or how to feed the homeless. I got another lady, Miss Kiba, who supplies all my food. I got to go meet her tomorrow and you know, and do some